But I appreciate Jay for coming down to Atlanta,
Thank you for having
speaking
me.
to you guys. It's a growing relationship. You know, they say you're only, I guess your network, and my buddy's back there, but your network is only, your net worth is only as big as your network. And I know that as I'm growing, this year has been amazing. I have people like Sonya, and I joke about Sonya, but Sonya is very, very inspirational to me. I mean, from emails to the people that we introduce. Because for me, I'm one of those kind of people that I thought I could do it on my own, and that was one of my mistakes. You know, I made millions on my own, literally, but I lost millions. I didn't have anybody to cry with when I was losing, and so I prayed last year about just getting the right people around me so we can grow, and it's amazing how when I put it out there, I mean, we've been getting calls from, I don't know, I mean, God knows who, from all over, just being a part of that team, and so I'm happy to, again, be around you guys. I know it's a lot of people that I just met Fred for the first time. We made money together, and that's phenomenal to me. Like that's something special when you can just on Instagram, somebody say, hey Ramon, I got a deal, and I figure out a way to buy it, and he makes money. Never met him. He didn't come to I don't know how he got his money. I don't even think you were in Atlanta, were you?
I was in Houston.
Yeah, he was in Houston. Got his money some kind of
I
way.
didn't even know you was in here.
see how they know each other. But it's a wonderful feeling to be able to not only just make money, but to be able to support each other. Like my team that stood up here, how they support each other. Some days I'll get a picture on my phone and they're in a restaurant. I didn't know anything about it, or somewhere studying together. So our biggest thing is let's support each other. Let's be appreciative of each other, and we can there's an unlimited amount of money. I can say that. All right, those deals that he's talking about, $100 million deals, you know, Sonya hasn't left yet. Sonya and I have, and I'll say this before we take questions, but we were invited, I guess that's the word, invited to be a part of a startup company that just did a IPO. Yes, they're doing an IPO, and a guy called us, and I think he knew he couldn't get one without the other, so he gave both of us, and it's supposed to start at about $100 million. That's his goal. And when I tell you he is under 35, he is an awesome dude. And he gave us percentage ownership, and we hadn't even done anything. I mean, I know we're cool, I know we're popular, but for us to even be in that environment, this guy is talking about buying, you know, billions of dollars of stuff. And so it's real estate related, but it's much larger than real estate. And that's why, you know, I always say we don't have a limit on money, because seeing what he's doing just took my mind to, and we laugh about it. Sonya say, Ramon, we didn't even think about, you know, if you raise the money from an IPO and we're worth 50 million and it's 10 times that amount, now we're worth 500 million in one day. And that's what just happened. So it's some amazing stuff out here, guys. So I don't want anybody to leave here thinking we don't have enough of something, because we have all the resources. It's not just money, because if I was dead broke today, I can go out and find a deal and somebody will buy it. And I'm pretty confident. Any city, you can drop me off in any city, any place, and we will figure out a way to get a deal. So you guys that are out here looking to do deals, we had a guy on the call that said he didn't have any money the other day. And I wanted to chime in, but I know, you know, we would have talked all night, but you have the money. You have it. Somebody here has it. You know, all jokes aside, somebody knows somebody that has it. So, you know, let's be encouraged to know that we're in a room full of successful, wealthy people. Everybody raise their hand that's wealthy. Yeah, I like that. So, didn't feel like it this morning. But you know, in saying that, I'll wrap up. We're open for questions, because I can talk a little bit too when I get going. And I took some crazy notes, but we'll do a call and talk about what I learned. So, thank you guys. We want to open the floor for questions. We had some ladies in the back.
Okay, yeah, ladies first.
Kanisha.
Good evening.
Good evening, Queen.
Thank you for your time. I took a lot of notes, and I noticed that when you talk about building wealth for the building wealth formula for building wealth in the black community formula, you talked about it from the standpoint of a first-time home buyer and buying the multiple units. What would be the formula in your mindset for someone who's already purchased a home and has a single family home? How would you go about doing it there if you've already purchased it?
Gotcha. So there's two ways. I mean, multiple, million ways, but I'm just saying two ways I want to offer up to you. One is that if you already own a single family home, there's a possibility that you still can, as an owner occupant, still scale up and really move somewhere else to multifamily. It just needs to make sense to an underwriter. So if you have a multifamily home that you can purchase that's closer to your job, better school system for your kids, or has some sound reason as why you would move from your single family into a multifamily, there's a sound reason that it can be approved that way. So it doesn't mean a guaranteed no because you're going from a single to a multi. It just makes the case a lot easier to do it the other way. Another way outside of owner occupant is going into another property as an investor and start building your relationships and your network and your team around, okay, as an investor, I already own a property, so I gotta buy this next property, 30% down, 20% down, or whatever that is. Find out what that is. A lot of times, we think that number's gonna be so big, we don't even wanna know. So actually go to a bank and say, look, I own a property already, I'm thinking about buying a multifamily, either as an owner occupant, if it's in the area that I like, or as an investor. What do the guidelines look like for me to buy this multifamily house as an investor? What do I need? And they may say, you know what, you only need a 620 credit score, you need this at a 30, you might only have to show this much in the bank, and 20% down, 15% down. Or maybe you get a 20, you get the seller to finance another 10. And you only gotta put down, you know what I mean? So you have to get in the game and look at and work backwards as to where you can go from an investor, and you still wanna use the same formula of buying good rent producing properties that you don't have to manage yourself. They can either be managed by property managers, and start building up your residual income, your equity, and your portfolio, your cash flow. Okay.
Next question. You have one?
Yeah, please, King.
Peace, gang.
You said something about veterans. Can you explain it again, how veterans qualify for those multifamily units?
Okay, so outside of the FHA is the VA, which has very similar guidelines to FHA, where veterans can purchase owner-occupied, 3 to 3.5% down, lower credit scores if need be, still get good interest rates, and buy just because they're veterans through their VA loan.
Mm-hmm.
What I also was saying, if you have like veterans that get any kind of disability or any kind of checks, those checks also can be used as qualifying mechanisms for your approval.
For my,
So now if you got a veteran's check for disability coming in for whatever, $600 a month, and now you got a 4-unit that has an extra 3 units of rent, you can combine both of those to go buy your first 4-unit owner occupied.
nice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna take one.
Okay, yeah.
Good evening.
Good evening, Ken.
The only thing I had a question